Hello everyone, it's Stacy Paulson. Thank you for joining me on this video. So I want to show you how to reach the rank of silver. If you haven't watched the Pathway to Elite, I recommend that you watch that so that you understand some of the concepts that we're going to go over, which basically is the foundation. Is if you know how to reach elite, you can teach other people how to become elite, and that will help you to reach the rank of silver. So to understand what silver is, it's basically having 3 elite legs, which is 3 legs with 3,000 in overall volume per leg. The average income for a silver is $2,200 a month. So that can be really life-changing for many people. So the focus, again, if you've watched the Pathway to Elite, this is what we're going over. I'm just going to do a quick recap, but you'll want to watch that video if you haven't watched it already. So the focus is to continue to teach 2 to 5 people a week. And then you're teaching 3+ builders to do that same thing. It is super simple. So the goal is to teach 2 to 5 people a class every week. Now, if you're doing that, 2 to 5 people, then every month you will be teaching 8 to 20 people. So we recommend that you're teaching a minimum of 10 people every month. And the statistics in doTERRA show that about 50 to 80% of people who are actually taught a class will eventually enroll. They may not enroll right in that class, but they will eventually enroll. So you can count on 4 to 10 people enrolling from those people that you teach. So we recommend that you set a target of 5 people every month. Now, the average enrollment with doTERRA is actually above 200 PV, but I'm going to go conservative and say 200 PV is the average enrollment. So if you're enrolling 5 people per month with 200 PV, then you would have 1,000 new PV every month. And 65% of people will purchase on a regular basis. So you're helping 65%, at least 65%, get on the Loyalty Rewards program. So that would be 3 to 7 people who would be on the Loyalty Rewards program the following month after enrollment. So we're recommending that you're focusing on getting at least 500 PV in Loyalty Rewards orders from those new people that enroll. These are giving you targets to shoot for and that you're teaching other people to shoot for. So on average, you're earning about $40 per enrollment, so about $200 in Fast Start bonuses every month. And that doesn't include the Fast Start bonuses that you will receive, as now you have leaders who will be building. So this is just a recap of reaching elite. Basically, if you follow that pattern where you're bringing in 1,000 in new volume and you're helping people to get on the Loyalty Rewards program, you can see that after about 5 months, you will be naturally at elite. So now to hit silver, you're helping people to follow the elite plan, teaching 2 to 5 people every month or every week, that you're enrolling 5 people every month with about 1,000 in volume from those enrollments and about 500 in new Loyalty Rewards orders the following month from those enrollments. That's basically it. That's the basics of this, and this is what most of us have done to reach Diamond and beyond. So this may look scary, but I actually wanted to show you the numbers. So let me change and share my screen with you so you can see this bigger. To see that the numbers actually work here. Share my desktop. 1 second. Okay, so here's my desktop. This is our silver plan, 1 year to silver. And of course, you can do this much faster if you want, but this would be if you're following this pattern of teaching 2 to 5 people every week and you're teaching your leaders to do that. So up here at the top is you, and this is you going through what we just did with a 1,000 every month, the Loyalty Rewards order. About at 5 months, you can see in the orange, about 5 months is when you will hit elite. Now, that will be moved up if you find a builder. So I will give you about 4 months to find someone who wants to do this with you. Now, of course, many people do this much faster. Like within their first month, they find somebody. It might be a friend, family member, somebody they've already known that decides to do this, or somebody that's already been exposed to essential oils or doTERRA, and they immediately want to join them and do this. But I'm saying, give yourself some time. Maybe it takes 4 months. So this is what we're doing on average. It's taking about 4 months to get a new builder to want to do doTERRA. and they see what it can do for them. So now they are doing this elite plan. And you can see the number of people who are on your team here. You have 5, 10, 15, 20. At 5 months, you have about 25 people on your team. But now you have this builder who started, and you're adding their volume and their enrollments with what you're doing. So now after 4 months, you have 25 enrollments. After 5 months, you have about 35 enrollments. After a year with one builder, you have over 105 enrollments. If you were doing it just by yourself, you'd only have about 60 enrollments. And you can go through and look at this, at the dollar amount and the volume that is created just by having one builder. Now, let's say after a few more months, I'm saying after about 7 months, you should have at least 2 builders. And they start doing the elite plan, where they're doing that same, teaching 2 to 5 people a week. And they're following that. So your first builder hits elite about 8 months into you doing the business. Your second builder hits elite about 11 months after you doing the business. Now by month 10, so about 10 months to have 3 builders, that's a pretty good long time. And most people will do that sooner if they're engaged and they're consistent at teaching 2 to 5 people. That by 10 months, you definitely should have 3 builders, and they're starting that elite plan. If they do by that 10th month and they're following along, you'll see that by a year, their volume, their overall volume right here will be $2,000. However, if you're still teaching 2 to 5 people a week and you're bringing in that $1,000 a month, you can use that $1,000 that you're bringing in to supplement their $2,000 overall volume. So you're replacing people underneath them, and they will reach $3,000 in volume. So now you have 1, 2, 3 builders at $3,000 in volume, which makes you silver. And you can come down and look at the numbers down here. If you look at the your volume as it's added with having 3 builders, as they're coming along in that, after 4 months, and then after another 4 months, after another 4 months, that here's the volume. After month 1, you're just at 1,000, then 1,500, 2,000, 3,500, then 4,500, 5,500. At 7, you have 2 builders, 7,500. After a year, your volume will be over 15,000. That's the power of doTERRA, is that as you are now sharing and other people are sharing, and they might have found their builders as well. So I'm not even adding those into the numbers. You're seeing how your fast start bonuses have gone up because now you're earning also 10% on their enrollments. Your power of 3 bonus, I was real conservative and said about 11 months to get your 250. You could have it much sooner than that. Your unilevel bonus is gradually going up. Of course, it seems like nothing, and then it starts going up to where it's going to start passing up your fast start bonuses. Then your overall paycheck, the average for silver is $2,200 a month. So I'm conservative at $1,700 here, but you have over 150 people on your team, and you've reached silver within 12 months, premier within 7 months, elite within 4 months, because you had a builder that was helping with your volume. So let me switch back to the presentation just to finish up real fast. So now you can really see the power of doTERRA, and as not just you are working, but as other people are now working as well, and sharing and teaching people on a consistent basis, that the number of lives really are going up dramatically. So tips to hitting silver. Again, focus on 2 to 5 people a week, and then teach your builders to do that same thing. The ones that struggle are the ones that are not consistent at teaching people and following up with them, helping them to enroll. On a monthly basis, 5 enrollments, 1,000 PV in volume, 500 PV in new loyalty rewards orders, and teach your builders to do that same thing. Again, our diamond tip, keep the main thing the main thing. The main thing is people and helping them to change their lives. So if you want to speed this up, you can do a focus sprint. If you want to do that, you want to do it in faster than a year, then you will go ahead and watch the short segment on doing a focus sprint. Thanks.